You heard it many times, real estate is a path to become rich. From ancient rich landlords to the recent celebrities from house flipping shows, many have built their wealth from real estate. So let's answer the questions today. Can any of us get rich with real estate? And most importantly, can you do that without the hassle and the headache of buying a house, maintaining it, only to get trashed by a bad tenant?
Hello everyone, I am Ajinkya Patil and in today's video we are answering the question, can anyone like me and you become rich with real estate? And unlike my previous videos, this video is not limited just to the Netherlands. It's applicable everywhere, so let's get started. To answer the question if anyone can get rich with real estate, we are first going to understand what is it in real estate investing that makes it so attractive. Then we are going to look at how the successful people have built their empires with real estate. From that we will know what is it that you and I need to get rich with real estate. And make sure you watch till the end, because at the end I'm going to talk about a way that anyone can invest in real estate without having a lot of cash to start with, and also without the hassle of buying and owning and maintaining a property. There is only one condition to understand the secrets of real estate. That is that you have to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Now that is out of the way, let's get started. What is it in real estate investing that makes it so attractive? There are four important factors. The first one and the most important one is leverage. So let's understand what it is. Let's say you buy a house that is worth 400,000. You actually don't need all that money to buy that house. That's because of the magic instrument called a mortgage. For example, you could just do a down payment of 10% or 40,000 and the rest of the money could come from a mortgage lender like a bank. In this way, by just investing 40,000, you are holding on to an asset that is worth 10 times more. That is your leverage. What it means is if the house price goes up by 10% and becomes 440,000, your return on investment is another 40,000, which is not 10% but rather 100%. This leverage magnifies gains in real estate, making it such an attractive investment. The second factor that makes real estate investing so attractive is appreciation. Over a long term, the house prices always have the tendency to go up, whether you look at the house prices in the United States or in the Netherlands where I live. In the recent times, house prices have been going up by more than 10% at many places. But even if the house prices were to go up only by 3% a year, combining that appreciation with leverage can mean a big gain for a real estate investor. The third factor that makes real estate investing so attractive is cash flows. Now you might think that the leverage is not for free. You have to still pay back that mortgage from a bank. And also that the appreciation is only useful in the end when you sell a property. But actually, unlike some of the other investments like gold, you don't get money with real estate only at the end when you sell a property, but you can get monthly income, for example, from rentals. With the cash flow coming in from rent, you can pay down the mortgage and maintenance of the property. And if you do it right, you have ideally a positive cash flow, that is net monthly income coming in from a property. The fourth factor that makes real estate investing attractive are tax benefits. Real estate investing enjoys some of the tax benefits that many other investments don't. The actual benefits of course depend on where you live, but let's take some examples. In the United States, there are many tax benefits of a rental property. Let's look at some of the big ones. The depreciation of house value you can subtract from the rental income. You can also subtract the mortgage interest that you pay. There could be an additional 20% deduction for qualified business income. You can see that from the total rental income, only a fraction of that is considered as taxable. Now let's look at tax advantages of a rental property in the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, if you have income from work, it is often taxed in brackets of 37% or even close to 50%. But a rental income is taxed very differently. It's part of a wealth tax. Now the exact calculation depends on many details, but it can be often as low as 0.4% of the house value, which can be about a month's rent or only about 8% compared to the 37 or 50% tax brackets. These examples are just to give you an idea of some of the tax benefits that real estate investing can enjoy. Now that we understand that real estate investing can be quite attractive because of leverage, appreciation, cash flows, and the tax benefits, the question is, can anyone do it? To answer that question, let's first understand some of the strategies that are used by successful investors and how they have built their empires.
Let's look at two strategies. One that has gotten very famous with some of the recent TV shows, house flipping, and the second one that has a funny name, the BRRRR method. In house flipping, you buy a property that is undervalued compared to the market. It's often undervalued because it requires some work. So you put in the effort and money to renovate the property, and right after that, you sell it for profit. So in a short time, you can make quite some money if you do it right. The BRRRR method is buy, remodel, rent, refinance, and repeat. You buy again a property that is undervalued compared to the market. You remodel it to add value to the property so that you can get a good rent. Then you refinance because the market value of the property has increased. That might give you a chance to get back your down payment. And then you repeat this step for the next property and for the next property and for the next property and so on. The reason these strategies have been successful in making people rich is because if you do it right, you can have an almost exponential growth in your wealth. See, for the first property, you might have to save up to do that down payment and purchase that property. But for the second one, you have the support from the first property, the benefits and the cash flows to make it faster. And for the third property, you have the previous two properties making it even faster. And the fourth one, even more. And that gets the ball rolling. Now to the question as to can any ordinary person like me or you can use these real estate strategies to get rich? It is not easy, but it's definitely possible. It's by no means a get rich quick scheme. But if you have the persistence and the passion, you could become a millionaire just in about 10 years. Now, if you don't want all that hassle, I'm going to give you an easier way just in a bit. If you do want to follow these strategies, then what you need are initial capital to do the down payment for your first property, a good understanding of the market to buy something undervalued, an in-depth analysis of the cost you will incur for the renovations versus how much value they are going to add to the property, skills to do these renovations yourself or partnership with a good contractor, and then finally managing the property, maintaining it, and dealing with the tenants. And doing this over and over again. Now, if you are like me and don't want all this hassle and headache, then there is an easier way to still invest in real estate without actually buying and holding a property. That is by investing in a real estate investment trust or REIT. A REIT is a company that owns and operates real estate properties, and it generates income by either leasing or renting those properties out. If you invest in such a company, you can earn rental money without actually owning any property because such a company is required to distribute 90% of its income towards shareholders like you as a part of dividends. Now, you don't have the advantage of leverage like a mortgage when it comes to investing in a REIT. So your path to building wealth is going to be hassle free, but it's going to be a little longer and slower. But if we look at the returns of investments on REITs, they have been quite impressive. If you invest in REITs, over a long term, your annual growth rate would be close to 12%, which is actually better than the stock market and the bond market. If you invest 40,000 in REITs with an annual return of 12%, you will become a millionaire in about 29 years. Now you can make that process faster by not investing just once, but in the following years, if you invest also 10,000 per year, you could become a millionaire in 20 years. Now 20 years to become rich is no short time, but hey, it's almost completely hassle free. You don't need to start with a big down payment. You can start with whatever small amount you have, and then you don't need to worry about buying an undervalued property, maintaining it only to get crashed by a bad tenant. Not a bad idea at all. You might want to look into taxation on the income that you might generate from investing in REITs. That of course depends on your country. If you want to know more about how you can invest in REITs, subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos on REITs and personal finance in general. In the meantime, hit that like button and check out some of my other videos.